I've actually not had beats since I was like 8 years old.
It's giving it's giving percussion. You make your own little beat with those bad boys, mama.
Nobody on this table here is unmoisturized. Let me tell you that for free.
You know what I mean? Like.
Hi, I'm Vanese. I'm here with Cosmo, and as you can see by my coloured mascara, I love all things beauty, and I'm excited today to talk about all things black beauty with these incredible people here. So let's get some introductions in.
My name is Odudu. I am a TV presenter, and just like you, I like all things black beauty as well.
Love it. My name's Leomie Anderson, and I'm a model and entrepreneur and brand owner. And as you can see, I do love beauty too. Ha!
And hello, it's me, Tayce, the beauty. Yes, it's happening right here, right now in front of your faces. Drag race extraordinaire, fashionista, model, let's go.
Yes!
The first question I want to know is, when did you all get into beauty, and what do you love most about it?
Oh, well, I mean, I was always inspired by like powerful black women when I was younger, growing up watching, I think it was like fashion TV, just watching like all the reruns of like early fashion shows, like being like 7, 8, 9. And I mean, you know, see Naomi Campbell, who's amazing, Iman, Grace Jones, these fierce black women who give fierce black beauty, charisma. That's what inspired my looks anyway.
For me, I definitely think my earliest memories of black beauty were watching my mum put on like a particular shade of lipstick. Because when I was younger, because she always wore it, I almost thought that that was her actual natural lip color. Because it was just like, you know, you're not understanding. And my mum was very much like a natural beauty. It was just the lipstick. So that to me always stood out. And I always remembered like her beautiful smile. And that to me was black beauty. Just that naturalness was just like a little pop of color, which really reflected my mum's personality as well.
Would you say that she was probably like your biggest inspiration in terms of like really loving beauty?
I think she was my biggest inspiration for just loving myself as I am. Because even when she added that little pop of lipstick, it wasn't like she was putting on to cover anything. She was just like putting on because it was part of her personality. So I think that my mum was the very first person to just show me that however you feel or whatever you want to exude, it needs to come from within first. So I'd say that's what she kind of gave to me. It wasn't like a makeup thing. She didn't know anything about like makeup, but that lipstick, ooh, she was never running out of that purple lipstick.
Nothing about that purple lipstick.
Yeah, amazing. My mum never wore makeup, and I grew up in Blackburn, so there was no black magazine, there was no black people, there was no black people, anything. It was just quite a lot. But when I did get into beauty, it was through, you know, certain magazines. And I remember my big sister, when she got married, she let me do her makeup for her wedding. I mean, that's how lacking we were in Blackburn. She was like, please can you do my makeup? And I was like, 13 going, okay.
I got this.
And so it was all about mascara, all about a really good moisturiser, just letting the skin glow and just do its, you know, magical thing naturally.
Yes, firstly, yes to a moisturiser.
Yeah.
You know, people are like, oh yeah, I don't moisturise. I'm like,
Okay, you're right.
Nobody on this table here is unmoisturized. Let me tell you that for free.
Mom.
Never.
That could never happen. The way we were all moisturising before the cameras were falling, we were like, let's just check the ankles. Let's just get in between the fingers.
no ashiness.
There's no ashiness here.
No ashiness allowed.
And thinking about when you're not filming or modelling, doing a show, what does your natural hair look like? What do you usually do with it?
Oh, well, my natural hair, my hair's fully natural. It used to be perms, but I've been natural now for like 4 or 5 years. I get it treated regularly every 2 weeks. I'm very on top of the health of my natural hair. Yeah. And I'll just be wearing it. It's so cute and just like, I love it. I love wearing my natural hair. However, it's hard to balance with work because work doesn't always take the best care of your hair. So yeah, it's go. Exactly. And I'm like, actually, I don't want my edges to get off.
I'm not trying to get traction alopecia on this step.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
That is absolutely correct. I mean, especially in lockdown. lockdown, I would have my hair in pigtails. I reverted to like little old me. So I had, you know, like you, I'd be treating my hair at home, having pigtails, bunches, like, you know, just simple
self-preservation.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like wearing it out, but then I don't know what your hair's like, but my hair is natural, and I love how big it is, and then I hate through the day that it shrinks. I'm like, no, please.
Rush on you, dear.
Yeah, so I'm just
pick it out.
constantly picking my hair, basically, if it is out. But I tend to wear it in cornrows mainly, and you know, because like yourself, I'm like, well, you know, I'm wearing a wig, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and so it's easy. It's easy for me once it's all braided back.
What's your attitude like now in terms of your hair in comparison to like when you were a child? Like for me, I think I wish I could just go back and my mum could just do my hair and I could stop wriggling, and you know, because doing it myself now, I'm just like, it's long and it's effort. So do you kind of like wish you could kind of go back to your younger years and just be like, no, and be like, just sit still?
No, you know, what's the word? That meme of like people like gathering all their stuff together to run away. I'd be like, I'm going. Like wash days when my hair's coming, I'll be like to my grandma, I've got to run. I'm running away. I'm running away. Like I'm running away. I don't know where I'm running to. She'd be like, sit down. You're gonna, because I hated it. I hated the thing.
Yeah.
It
That would take long.
Yeah, it was
like
long.
little tiny. They would take 7 hours.
Oh.
7 hours.
These little baby
like
chemos that my auntie loved doing to me. Yeah, I'm sure my mum cut a few of those out in her time. She was like, Leomie, they would get matted together. I can't lie to you. Yeah, she'd be like,
My mum couldn't do our hair right, and so we had the stretching comb. I don't know if you know that. The stretching comb. My hair would go. It's just like, oh my gosh, my mum would just sit me in between her legs. I'd be like, Mum, it hurts. And all that to go into 2 little pigtails, and the second I would step out in that Blackburn cold, like rainy weather, it would just shrink, and I'd be like, I had the 2-hour torture. I hate my hair. That being said, I do wish I could go back and love my hair, like, and not be so influenced by what everyone else told me that my hair was, that it was difficult, that it was rough, that it was too this, too that. I wish I could go back and say, it's absolutely fantastic, thank you very much. Because annoyingly, my hair does not grow the same that it used to. I was like, my locks were down here. I was picturing like, this hair is thick and full and fabulous. And I always wanted it, I always wished it away. And now I want more of it. I'm like, where is it? Come back to me.
I wish I didn't relax my hair when I was younger, but...
Ooh, that relaxer. Stay away from the relaxer. Used to give us a little quiff. Oh.
you relax your quiff?
Oh, relax my quiff. I made a quiff out of my relaxed hair, girl. My God, back in the dizzy. You don't want to know. I did.
I need to see pictures of that.
I got them. Facebook deep dive later.
Oh my God.
So how do you celebrate your identity through beauty?
Now, I would say that I celebrate it through like bold looks and also just trying to be versatile. Definitely, I have not always been this way, and I felt like in the past, I've felt like I've had to have one signature look, whereas now I feel a lot more versatile and able to play with my looks with colourful makeup or different hairstyles or whatever, and I feel celebratory in the fact that I can just step out, feel a certain way, and say, today I fancy braids, beads, everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Coming with a little entrance. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. I've actually not had beads since I was like 8 years old.
Oh, so back.
Yeah, I'm feeling really young. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I am injecting a youthful energy.
You're giving it's giving percussion. You make your own little beat with those bad boys, mama.
So how about you, Leomie? How do you celebrate your identity through beauty?
For me, I think that learning how to do my makeup was almost a celebration within itself, because modeling, when I first started out, I used to think that makeup wasn't even for me. I used to literally think, oh, black people just don't wear makeup or need it, because the first thing that makeup artists used to say to me when I sat in their chair when I was younger was like, oh, you don't need makeup. And I'd be like, oh, thanks. No, it's because you ain't got none.
Yeah, they don't have the shade range.
They didn't have
Where
it.
is the
But
shade
at the
range?
time, I thought, I took it as a compliment. I was like, oh, so everybody else is looking like
Everyone else
beat and
gets
done. And I'm like,
flawless.
oh, so why do I look all just like this greasy brown blob? But they were like, but your skin looks great. And I'm like, thank you. But then as I got older, I realized, okay, it's actually just a lack of education on how to do my skin tone. It's a lack of products, and it's
a lack of effort.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It was a lack of effort to learn. So I feel like for me, learning how to do my own makeup was kind of freeing and made me enjoy the beauty industry a lot more because I actually felt beautiful. And once I started working with black makeup artists more, and there was more on set as well, that made me feel more comfortable to explore what I even liked in beauty, because at first I'd be like, oh, just forget it. I do not want to look like a ghost anymore, so I don't want to even wear makeup, you know?
It's so sad, I shouldn't even laugh, but those ghost days, wow.
Dusty days.
Those dusty days.
Mama.
Don't worry, that's the thing of the past now.
Exactly.
And how about you? How do you celebrate your identity through beauty?
I mean, kind of like AJ said, like switching things, kind of looking outside your box and your comfort zone for a minute. You know what I mean? like, you know, like finding like indie brands, called like black-owned businesses, like, you know, like Beauty Bakery, things like that. Like, it's not about going to these big top dogs all the time, you know. It's like trying out different things, seeing what works for you, and also what doesn't, and also like leaning into that as well, that discomfort, if you will. Like once you go through things like that, you come on the other side better, I think. Yeah. So waking up, going out, not giving a crap, and just trying other things. Yeah.
So over the last kind of like 2 years, I feel like the beauty industry has changed so much. We're getting 60 plus foundation shades, concealer shades, like it's almost overwhelming, but we love it and it's what we deserve. What would you like to see?
Personally, I would love to see better price points. I think, I genuinely do, I mean this, right? Because I'm just thinking about, you know, myself now and myself as a little girl. And everyone else is able to get all of their shades of foundations, you know, for £5.
Yeah.
And we are actually paying the most. And I really think it's amazing, and I feel so privileged that we're in this position where I can go into a shop and buy my shades at whatever price point they are, right? And I feel really lucky about that, but not every black girl in the UK can do that. And that is the one thing I want to see. I want to see all the shades accessible to everyone, no matter, you know, what their budget is. That's what I want.
That's what you'll get.
That's what I want.
And Leomie?
It's making my one sound really vapid now. I was going to just say, I would love to be able to go into a high street shop, and if I needed like a bronzer, blushes, those things now are still very particular. That's why you'll see spaces like TikTok and YouTube blowing up, because we're following those recommendations, because it's still very hard for us to find these things readily available. We're always looking to American brands and, you know, having to order online. I would love
to see it in the flesh.
In the flesh and be able to try it. Do you know what I mean? And it shouldn't be something where like I have to go to Selfridges just to be able to buy a bronzer if I want to buy it on the day. There's no way I could just go down to my local like shopping center and find something. I think that, as you said, it's about being accessible. We have the range now, but I'm saying it needs to actually be accessible. And stuff like bronzers and powders, I still feel like I'm still learning which brands work for me, but I know that the cheaper price points, I haven't really found that many that really work for me just yet, and I can get on the day.
Exactly, and it is that. You're so right. It's about the accessibility, because if I think about, you know, the small towns in the world, you know, they don't have a Selfridges. They don't have like a Mac on the corner of it. Do you know what I mean? They don't have these superstores. Everything's small. Everything's like a Boots or a Superdrug or something like that. And it's kind of like, well, we need more range and accessibility in those places.
Couldn't agree more.
With back to like accessibility and things like that, I would love to see more things that would inspire like younger queer children, things like more queer-owned brands, more trans-owned makeup brands, things like that will inspire them, and that we should have out and about in the world anyway. Do you know what I mean? So just makes things better for the future for them. So hopefully we will.
We love that.
Yes.
It was so great to talk to you all and talk all things like beauty, what you're loving. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching at home too.
Thank you, babe.
Bye.